Your rain-sensing wipers do not watch the sky, and the sensor does not need to recognize the shape of a raindrop. Instead, it measures what water does to an invisible beam of light inside the windshield. The sensor is usually mounted behind the rearview mirror, pressed closely against the inside of the glass. It contains infrared light-emitting diodes and a receiver. The infrared light is invisible to your eyes, but the sensor can measure it precisely. When the windshield is dry, the light enters the glass at a carefully chosen angle. At the outer surface, where glass meets air, most of the beam reflects back through the windshield. This effect is called total internal reflection. In simple terms, the boundary acts like a mirror that keeps the light trapped inside the glass and sends it toward the receiver. Then a raindrop lands directly above the sensor area. Glass and water bend light more similarly than glass and air do, so the boundary changes. Part of the infrared beam can now pass into the water instead of reflecting back. Less light reaches the receiver, and the control unit interprets that drop as moisture on the windshield. Think of the dry glass as a hallway that guides a bouncing ball back to you. Add an opening in the wall, and some of the balls escape. The sensor does not see the water itself. It notices that part of its light has gone missing. One raindrop is not enough to explain how the car chooses a wiping speed. The electronics repeatedly monitor how much light returns and how the signal changes over time. A small or occasional loss can produce an intermittent wipe. A larger or repeated loss can make the wipers run more often or faster. The exact response depends on the vehicle's programming and the sensitivity selected by the driver. When the blades sweep water away from the sensor area, the glass-to-air boundary is restored. More infrared light returns to the receiver. That feedback tells the system that the surface has become clearer, so it can slow the wipers or pause them until water disrupts the light again. This is also why dirt, ice, damage, replacement glass, or poor contact between the sensor and windshield can sometimes confuse the system. The measurement depends on light traveling through the glass correctly, so rain-sensing wipers detect water without touching or photographing it. They watch an invisible reflection inside the windshield and react whenever raindrops allow some of that light to escape.